Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Surrendering without expectations. Wow. Hare Krishna 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 Hare. Tuning into Srila Krishna. Hare Krishna Krishna Guru Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Acharya Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Dancing with whatever wind there is, dancing with the circumstances, the time, whatever Krishna throws at us, whatever Krishna brings into our hearts, whatever desire he brings into our hearts, feeling vulnerable, powerless. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Feeling alive, yes. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Being alive from an insignificant point. Being alive. Wow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Who is the source of everything? Krishna is the source of everything. Of everyone, of every source, the source of all sources, the source of all speculations, the source of all the lies, the source of all the material motivations, the source of all the spiritual motivations, the source of all wow, the source of all devotees, the source of the living force, the source of Sri Chaitanya, the source of Sri Nityananda, the source of all the gurus, the source of all the dasas, all the servants, the source of all the jivas, all the souls, the source of all the spiritual substance, the source of all the material substance, the source of all material and spiritual motivation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. The source of all the words, the source of all the opinions, of the conclusive ones, the conclusive opinions, and the true opinions, and the lesser opinions, the source of all the gods and the lesser gods, the conclusive and the lesser gods. Yes. Adilila, chapter 1, verse 1. Hare Krishna, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Let's jump to Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, The spiritual masters I offer my respectful obeisances to the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnations, His plenary portions, His energies, and the primeval Lord Himself, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. I offer my respectful obeisances to Shri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and the moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gaura to dissipate the darkness of ignorance, and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. What the Upanishads describe as the impersonal Brahman is but the effulgence of his body, and the Lord known as a Super-Soul is but his localized plenary portion. Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself, full, with 6 opulences. He is the absolute truth, and no other truth is greater than or equal to him. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. More in my Prabhu, Pandit na Dayar. More in my Prabhu, Pandit na Dayar. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachidevi, be transcendentally situated in the innermost chambers of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Affairs of Sri Radha are transcendental. The loving affairs of Krishna are transcendental. The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, previously they separated themselves. Now these two transcendental entities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Desiring to understand the glories of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love. The Supreme Lord Hari, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachidevi, as the moon appeared from the ocean. May Shri Nityananda Ram, be the object of my constant remembrance. Sankarshan, Sheshnaga, and the Vishnus who lie on the Karana ocean, Garbha ocean, and the ocean of milk are his plenary portions, and the portions of his plenary portions. I surrender unto the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Ram, who is known as Shankarshan in the midst of the Chatur Vyuha, consisting of Vasudeva, Shankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. He possesses full opulences and resides in Vakuntha Loka, far beyond the material creation. I offer my obeisances unto the sweet, into the feet, unto the feet. Wow, into the sweet, unto the feet. Into the feet sweet, unto the feet of I offer my full obeisances unto the feet of Sri Nityananda Rama, whose partial representation is called Karanudakashayi Vishnu. Karanudakashayi Vishnu. Karanudakashayi Vishnu. Karanudakashayi Vishnu. Lying on the Karana ocean is the original Purusha, the master of the illusionary energy and the shelter. Wow. The shelter of all the universes. Shelter of all the universes. Shelter of all the universes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Shelter. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Maya Bharta, the master of the illusionary energy. Maya Bharta, the master of the illusionary energy. Ajahanda Sangha, of the multitude of universes. Ashray, the shelter. Anga, whose body. Shete, he lies. Sakshat, directly. Karana Ambodhi Madhye, in the midst of the causal ocean. Yasya, whose. Ekamsha, one portion. Shri Puman, the Supreme Person. Adideva, the original Purusha incarnation, Tam, to him, Sri Nityananda Rama, to Lord Balaram in the form of Lord Nityananda. Sri Nityananda Rama, to Lord Balaram in the form of Nityananda, Lord Nityananda, Prapadye, I surrender. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I offer my full obeisances unto the feet of Sri Nityananda Rama, a partial part of whom is Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. From the navel of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu sprouts the lotus, that is the birthplace of Brahma, the engineer of the universe. The stem of that lotus is the resting place of the multitude of planets. I offer my respectful obeisance unto the feet of Sri Nityananda Rama, whose secondary part is the Vishnu lying in the ocean of milk. That Kshiro Dakashaya Vishnu is the super soul of all living entities, and the maintainer of all universes. Sheshnaga is his further subpart. Lord Vedacharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu. Lord Vedacharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create the cosmic world through the actions of Maya. Through the actions of Maya. Lord Advaitacharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create the cosmic world through the actions of Maya. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Because he is none different from Hari, the Supreme Lord, he is called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. He is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotee. He is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotee. Therefore I take shelter of him. I offer my obeisances This is not blindly taking shelter. This is intelligently taking shelter. That's what I feel. Wow. I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is none different from his features as a devotee, devotional incarnation, devotional manifestation, pure devotee and devotional energy. Glory to the all-merciful Radha and Madan Mohan. I am lame and ill-advised, yet they are my directors, and their lotus feet are everything to me. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama. Jayatam, all glory to Suratau, most merciful, or attached in conjugal love. Pangho, of one who is lame. Mama, of me. Mandamate, foolish. Gati, refuge. Mat, my. Sarvasva, everything. Pada Ambhojau, whose lotus feet. Radha Madana Mohanau, Radharani and Madana Mohana. Most merciful are attached in conjugal love. Su Ratau. Most merciful are attached in conjugal love. Su Ratau. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Text 16. In a temple of jewels in Vrindavan, underneath a desire tree, Shri Shri Radha Govinda, served by their most confidential associates, sit upon an effulgent throne. I offer my humble obeisances unto them. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In a temple of jewels in Vrindavan, underneath a desired tree, Shri Shri Radha Govinda, served by their most confidential associates, sit upon an effulgent throne. I offer my humble obeisances unto them. In a temple of jewels in Vrindavan, underneath a desired tree, Shri Shri Radha Govinda, served by their most confidential associates, sit upon an effulgent throne. I offer my humble obeisances unto them. Shri Srila Gopinath, who originated the transcendental mellow of the rasa dance, yes, stands on the shore in Vamshivat and attracts the attention of the coward damsels with the sound of a celebrated flute. May they all confer upon us their benediction. Glory to Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda, glory to Advaita Chandra, and glory to all the devotees of Sri Gaura. These three deities of Vrindavan, Madanamahan, Govinda and Gopinath, have absorbed the heart and soul of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, followers of Lord Chaitanya. I worship their lotus feet, for they are the lords of my heart. I worship their lotus feet, for they are the lords of my heart. Wow. Oh my God. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Moranatha, my lords. Moranatha, my lords. Vandon, I worship. Tine, these three. Mora, my. Nata, lords. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. These three deities, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, have done absorbed these of the three lotus feet. I worship these three my lords. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, thank you.
The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita offers his respectful obeisances unto the three deities of Vrindavan, named Shri Radha Madana Mohan, Shri Radha Govinda Dev, and Shri Radha Gopinath Ji. These three deities are the life and soul of the Bengali Vaishnavas, or Gaudiya Vaishnavas, who have a natural aptitude for residing in Vrindavan. The Gaudiya Vaishnavas, who follow strictly in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, worship the divinity by chanting transcendental sounds meant to develop a sense of one's transcendental relationship with the Supreme Lord, a reciprocation of mellows, rasas, of mutual affection, and ultimately the achievement of the desired success in loving service. These three deities are worshipped in three different stages of one's development. The followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu scrupulously follow these principles of approach. Gaudiya Vaishnavas perceive the ultimate objective in Vedic hymns composed of 18 transcendental letters that adore Krishna as Madana Mohan, Govinda, and Gopijana Vallabha. Madana Mohan is he who charms Cupid, the god of love. Govinda is he who pleases the senses and the cows. Govinda is he who pleases the senses and the cows. And Gopijana Vallabha is the transcendental lover of the gopis. Wow. Krishna himself is called Madana Mohan, Govinda, Gopijana Vallabha, and countless other names as he plays in his different pastimes with his devotees. The three deities, Madana Mohan, Govinda, and Gopijana Vallabha, are very specific qualities, have very specific qualities. Worship of Madana Mohan is on the platform of re-establishing our forgotten relationship with the personality of Godhead. In the material world, we are presently in utter ignorance of our eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord. Pango refers to one who cannot move independently by his own strength. Pango refers to one who cannot move independently by his own strength. Oh, Pango refers to one who cannot move independently by his own strength. And Mandamate is one who is less intelligent because he is too absorbed in materialistic activities. It is best for such persons not to aspire for success in fruitive activities or mental speculation, but instead simply to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There we go. The perfection of life is simply to surrender to the Supreme. In the beginning of our spiritual life, we must therefore worship Madana Mohan, so that he may attract us and nullify our attachment for material sense gratification. This relationship with Madana Mohan is necessary for neophyte devotees. When one wishes to surrender, when one wishes to render service to the Lord with strong attachment, one worships Govinda on on the platform of transcendental service. Govinda is the reservoir of all pleasures. Govinda is the reservoir of all pleasures. When by the grace of Krishna and the devotees, yes, when by the grace of Krishna and the devotees, one reaches perfection in devotional service, he can appreciate Krishna as Gopijan Vallabha, the pleasure deity of the damsels of Raj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That's a long purport. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this mode of devotional service in 3 stages. And therefore these worshipable deities were installed in Vrindavan by different Goswamis. They are very dear to the Gaudiya Vaishnavas there, who visited temples at least once a day. Besides the temples of these 3 deities, many other temples have been established in Vrindavan, such as the temple of Radha Damodar, of Jiva Goswami, the temple of Shyamasundara, of Shyamananda Goswami, the temple of Gokulananda, of Lokanath Goswami, and the temple of Radha Ramana, of Gopala Bhatta Goswami. There are 7 principal temples, over 400 years old, that are the most important of the 5,000 temples of now existing in Vrindavan. I feel he's talking about material Vrindavan, but it has to have an equivalent, a source in Vrindavan, like everything has a source in Vrindavan. Oh. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Everything has a source in Krishna. Everything has a source in Krishna. Everything has a connection back to Godhead. Everyone. Those are my words. Yes. Maybe speculations, maybe thoughts, maybe feelings. So let's just brush them away. Gaudiya indicates the part of India between the southern side of the Himalayan mountains and the northern part of the Vindhya hills, which is called Aryavarta, or the land of the Aryans. This portion of India is divided into 5 parts of provinces. I think I skipped that. Sounds too material. The devotees of Orissa are called Udiyas. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the chain of disciplic succession from Madhvacharya. Hare Krishna. Too many names. Hare Krishna, for my taste. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. All material places, names of material bodies. Let's jump back to the original text. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Adilila 1, 20. In the beginning of this narration, simply by remembering the spiritual master, the devotees of the Lord, and the Lord personality of Godhead, and the personality of Godhead, I have invoked their benedictions. That sounds very functional. Such remembrance destroys all difficulties and very easily enables one to fulfill his own desires. The invocation involves 3 processes: defining the objective, offering benedictions, and offering obeisances. The first 2 verses offer respectful obeisances, generally and specifically, to the Lord, who is object of worship. In the 3rd verse, I indicate the Absolute Truth, who is the ultimate substance, with such a description one can visualize the Supreme Lord. What was the word ultimate substance? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It doesn't say in the synonyms. In the synonyms there is Tritya Shlokete in the 3rd verse. Kari, I make. Vastura, of the object. Nirdesha, indication. Yaha haite, from which. Jani, I understand. Paratatvera, of the Absolute Truth. Udesh, identification. Paratatvera, of the Absolute Truth. Paratatvera, of the Absolute Truth. Hare, 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 Hare. Hare, 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 Hare. Paratatvera. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. When I feel attracted, I dive into it. Tatvera. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Tatvera, of these expansions of the truth, of the Absolute Truth, of the truth of. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. So in the beginning of this narration, simply by remembering the spiritual master, the devotees of the Lord, and the personality of Godhead, I have invoked their benedictions. Such remembrance destroys all difficulties and very easily enables one to fulfill his own desires. The invocation involves 3 processes: defining the objective, offering benedictions, and offering obeisances. The first 2 verses offer respectful obeisances, generally and specifically to the Lord, who is the object of worship. In the 3rd verse, I indicate the Absolute Truth, who is the ultimate substance. With such a description, one can visualize the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Truth. Supreme Truth, the Supreme Truth. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Text 33, I jump. I therefore worship the lotus feet of these 6 diversities of the one truth by invoking their benedictions. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnations, his plenary portions, his energy, and the primeval Lord himself, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. 36. My instructing spiritual masters are Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Sanatana Goswami, Shri Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jiva Goswami, Shri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. These 6 are my instructing spiritual masters, and therefore I offer millions of respectful obeisances unto their lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Does it fit my foot? Does this shoe fit my foot? Does it apply to me? Who are my? Sources. Who are my sources? Where do I listen? To whom I offer my obeisances and to their lotus feet? Who are my instructive spiritual masters? Instructing spiritual masters. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I listen to Sri Haridas. Sometimes I don't understand his instructions. Sometimes they also change according to place and circumstances. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Sometimes I even can feel some instructions coming from there transcendentally, telepathically. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I feel he is a reciprocation from Krishna. He himself, all his instructions are coming from Krishna. Like he is a servant, a flute that passes on the instructions from Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. But what to do when I cannot understand? Then I can think, oh, they are meant for someone else. Yes, that is what I can do. I can feel if the shoe fits to my to me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Who is talking to who? They are not always talking to you, Tom. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Whoa. What do I do with it? I feel it's not applicable to me. Then I continue transcendentally. Yes, that's what I do. That's why. Then I go and listen. Where it feels applicable to me. Where it feels alive for me. Living dance, living communication. Hare Krishna. So go back to the text, Tom, and finish this. There are innumerable devotees of the Lord, of whom Srivas Thakur is the foremost. I offer my respectful obeisances thousands of times unto their lotus feet. Advaitacharya is the Lord's partial incarnation, and therefore I offer my obeisances millions of times at his lotus feet. Srila Nityananda Ram is the plenary manifestation of the Lord, and I have been initiated by him. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto his lotus feet. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the internal potencies of the Lord, of whom Sri Gadadhar Prabhu is the foremost. Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the personality of Godhead himself, and therefore I offer innumerable prostrations at his lotus feet. So, who is talking to who? It says in text 110, praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishna Das, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in his footsteps. So this is the situation. Who is talking to who? Krishna Das is narrating Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hare Krishna. So I will continue transcendentally. Thank you for being there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Let's see if I can find back. Eric, welkom. Eric Das, Hare Krishna. Johannes de Mond. Vishnu dus, gaan we niet vissen. Hare Krishna, Johannes de Mond, Hare Krishna, Tomoskis. Kevin Verlinde, greetings from God, everyone. Kevin Verlinde, it's God here. Lavnya and Lakshmi Dev Dasi, very nice, Prabhuji. Lavnya, Lakshmi Devi Dasi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes. I think I will continue going to material garden, taking Krishna with me, transcendentally. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.